Okay, so this painting is called the Burlington House Cartoon. It is, or it's not a painting, it's a drawing, it's a charcoal drawing by Leonardo da Vinci. It is called, well, I'll get into that in a little bit. Let's get this out of the way. It's housed in the National Gallery in London, England, and it is made in the Renaissance era. And Leonardo da Vinci is obviously artist, and he is Italian. Okay, so the reason they call it a cartoon, it has a different meaning back then, and the cartoons were for basically like a trial run of something. So they would do the cartoon and then they would make like a sculpture or a more developed painting based on the cartoon. And so it's interesting that this one was kept the way it is, because it's not like a finished piece. But yeah, so for historical relevance, it's depicting the Virgin and Child with Saint Anne and Saint John the Baptist. You can see all those characters there. It's unknown how long it took to create, but I'm guessing it wasn't that long, because like I said, it's not like a finished work. It's just a sketch, just charcoal. So this work is important because it is the only surviving large-scale drawing by Da Vinci. And some defining characteristics of the work is that a lot of it's kind of undefined, and the outlines are a little bit rough, and it's just so interesting that it would be left this way, because like I said before, it's not really done, but it is done. So that's an interesting vibe we have going there. Da Vinci, he contributed a lot, even more than just artistically. He was an engineer, an inventor, and he helped us invent things like the parachute, which is just so random and cool. And he actually just did a lot of experiments. He's a very scientific guy. My personal observation was that when I first saw it, I felt that it looked like ghosts, like the face up there. That looks like a ghost to me. Like it gave me kind of like a creepy vibe, and I'm sure that's just because of the medium and the way that it's in full color. Maybe it'd be less unsettling, but I just feel like it's a kind of an unsettling work. And I chose it because it was in its own little room and the light was really dim, and it just kind of lured me in there. I would never have guessed it was a Da Vinci work. And compared to other works from this period, it is not similar at all. And that's just because you wouldn't see unfinished works like this. Like, Renaissance art is so bold and bright and dramatic, and in its own way, this is dramatic, but it is not like any others. Not even very similar to his other works. So yeah, it's really unique. And a fun fact about it is that since it's on paper, it's mounted on canvas, but since it's just paper and charcoal, it's very fragile and it can't be exposed to very much light, and that's why it's in its dark little room. And yeah,